if you guys have been living under a rock, I'll tell you. Here's a leak, by the way. I have no idea what that's gonna be. It looks like Ghost Meowscles on a scooter. Interesting. So anyway, the point of today's video, as you might see in the title, is we're gonna be experimenting and doing some gameplay with the new water storm, because I'm pretty sure that the whole map's gonna be flooded in like a cutscene or something. So this is gonna be exclusive to these 2 days. If you're watching this like while I'm speaking, it'll be tomorrow in the new season. Then this might be dumb and I might not post it, but I probably will, because that's my honest opinion. I think the whole map's gonna flood. Okay guys, we're officially in, and you can see as we look around, there is a huge water wall, which I think is amazing. I think it's great that they replaced the actual storm with it. Do some experimenting. And yeah, so first, if you guys don't know, you could see during some people's like when they were looking around right when you got back onto the bus after the event was done, they could see that the top of Mount K over here on the map, it's located down under Retail Row in Lazy Lake, the highest point on the map, was actually above the water. I have already done some testing with this, but I'm not going to ruin it. So what they saw was that the peak was over the water. So if it's over the water, then shouldn't it be over the storm too? So I'll get to you guys once we land, and I'll talk about more of it then. Okay guys, so I've landed, and so basically what they saw was see, the wall's about to start moving, or the tsunami, and what they saw was this barrow part, like you see down to the small part of the thing, from about here up was out, because this is definitely by far the highest point on the map. As you can see, about nothing matches it. Maybe that one over there, that mountain, and maybe that one. But this is definitely visibly the highest mountain on the map. And I don't know why they gave me so much metal. Whatever. So I'm gonna head down for right now until the storm actually does close in, because you can see that weird storm circle. But I'm gonna grab this helicopter over here and get it up there, because that's what I did last time as well. And basically what it looks like is you are barely above. I'm not going to spoil it, like I keep saying, but it is extremely cool, in my opinion. So, I'm going to loot up a little bit. Oh yeah, guys, and also, crash pads, they've been in a game for this season, about halfway through. They are key to surviving the storm, because how the storm works is you still take damage like the normal storm, except it will shoot you out when you get out of it. So it is very key that you have a crash pad to save you from dying. Okay, anyway, we're gonna get over to this helicopter. Okay, and now we're gonna bring this thing up and over to the top of this mountain. Like so. Oh my gosh, I'm so bad at flying these things. But as you guys can already see, it is getting relatively close to the like tsunami is getting pretty close to the mountain already. So, or the map. So first what I'm going to test is how high can you build up from this? I mean, it is probably like pretty standard, you know, like not that high, because this is about max height. I didn't get that many materials for this, but I'm just going to do this. Okay guys, it is closing in, and we're going to see, can we get above it? As what it seems like right now is we are above. Oh, wait. we are above the water wall by far. See, because I built up a lot from there. Like, I honestly thought that max height was up, and there goes the helicopter. Don't worry, it dies in the storm. That looked glitched honestly, because it just didn't even like move at all. It just stayed in the same position. And whatever. So the storm wall's coming, but it's gonna take a fair while because it is 4 minutes and 45 seconds away from getting all the way. You know what? Never mind. It's getting pretty close. Whatever. Once it starts approaching, see you then. Yeet. Are about there. Okay. 3, 2, 1. Okay, everybody. So we're back, and this, as you can see, this wall has gotten a lot closer since I last were with you guys, and we're gonna do some testing with it. So first of all, as you can see, we are definitely above the water. I have done this before, and like I keep on saying, I'm not gonna spoil it until it actually gets there, but this might be overpowered because you can just say you could just be above the water. Like, how amazing would that be? To just somebody just camps up here and then wins because there's no storm. Well, you'll see the answer to that because look right here. If you guys remember the old storm, it didn't act like this. It didn't have the fish swimming in it. It wasn't a huge tidal wave, obviously. It was just the flat storm. You could heal in it. You could shoot in it. Like, you can't do any of those things now. And as you can see, as it gets closer and closer to us, you can see, well, we're gonna probably make it past, right? And then you see there's the old storm at the very top. And once you get engulfed by this storm, you don't have the same swimming mechanics as you did. You just, like, you can heal. It says health is already 75. You can throw stuff down all the way into it because the things act the same. Okay? So, if I start editing down... Oh wait, sorry, I'm trash at editing. But when I'm editing down and we get down to the water, because I don't want to take fall damage and die, you can, like, in the water, you don't take fall damage when you landed in the water. You just don't, like, I didn't want to land in that. So, you get into the water. To no one who's seen this before, look, this is actually sick to me. This is why I said carry crash pads, people, because this is what happens. You see, well, I'm going pretty slow, and then I start to gain momentum, and this momentum is fairly overpowered. This is why there's no healing in the storm. I'm gonna try and go this way so that I do. Oh my god! No! No! See, that's why you always have to carry them, because if you don't, holy glitched graphics. Okay, because if you don't, you are dead, 100% dead. And also there were sharks teased for the next season, and there was also some other things teased for next season. Like, you could see some sharks in the water too, which I think is kind of cool. And another tip from me is that, look, if you also try and heal, it'll send you straight out. So don't try and heal when the storm's approaching, because you might just get all the way down to pop a med kit, and you'll be like, man, I'm going to survive this storm easy, and then it comes over you with 0.1 second, and then you die. So I'm gonna try and land in the water here, so I'll have to use another one of my crash pads. Nah, I had to. So another myth we're gonna test out after I pop this thing. Another myth we're gonna test out is with the decoy grenades. That's why I took them over my gray SMG, if you remember from the beginning. I don't care if you did or not, but yeah. So this right here. If you throw them in, let's see, do they swim? Do they act like my normal character? As you can see, it works. The storm works like normal physics. Like, if you throw it in, instead of just like the stuff floating up to the top or sinking slowly, it just works like normal. So if I throw in a decoy grenade, look, it just stands there for a second, and then it starts to float a little bit, and then it shoots itself out really fast. And then it's weird. It just runs right back into the and T-poses and gets shot out, and it's weird because it just keeps on going back into where it came from. But I'm just gonna pop this as I'm talking. But as you see, I think it's weird that another thing you can't do is fish into the storm. I'll demonstrate that in a minute once I go over here and get my fishing rod from this location. And I'll be back and I'll show you the fact that you can't, because it is really trippy when I said that there was normal gravity, and you'll see what I'm talking about. So guys, this is what I was talking about. If you take the fishing rod and you see it's just gonna end somewhere in there, instead of, like, if you've ever fished before, then you see it goes like this, right? It goes in, it goes down, you pull it up, it's a fish. Well, if you shoot it into the storm, it just acts like normal land. I think that that is not great on Epic's part. I think they could have done much better. And they could have made it so cool. Like, you could have fished in the storm. Like, since you already have no healing in the storm, it's a recommendation. Like, if you can't fish in the storm, then there's really no point. Because, like, here, I'm going to try and shoot myself out and get all the way into the circle, because that's kind of OP. Okay, so I think it'd be a great feature to the game. I know Epic is probably not watching this, considering we have 14 subs. Please tell your friends, tell your family. I need more subs so I can, one, publish my creative maps and show you guys some of those, because I make some great ones. I did a thing where I revealed some of my maps, but I hadn't had some great ones. I've made some good ones since then, honestly. I might do a part 2 if you guys get some support on that video. So, also, another myth we're gonna do is with the agency, I believe. So with the agency, you saw that there was a low, like the thing, the what's it called, man? The device. It lowered back into the agency, and if you go into Midas's room, it's cracked up. I can't show that because I'm not that great at editing. Maybe one day I will be, and I'm trying to find a good editing software that is free because I'm broke. I'm trying to outrun the storm too. It's very deadly. Okay, so with the agency, it lowered back into a pit of water. Our next myth that we're going to be is testing out if you can fish in that bit of water. Not doing great. Top 6 or 6 people remaining, and come on. Don't build fight me, bro. I don't have mats. Oh, bro, I play on a controller. Yeah, that's what I thought, dude. I play on controller and my aim assist is 100%. Do not test me. Now I have Grappler and Mythic Scar, which is also not going to be in the game, guys, so I'm just going to come out and say this in 3, 2, 1. Okay, guys, so it's at the end of the match. I know I said I would just cut to, like, the next match where I go to the agency, but I have Mythic Scar, and there's something I want to make about that. I don't know how this is going to turn out with the Mythic weapons, considering that they are held by the people in the battle pass. They might replace them with people from next battle pass. I don't know. If they do, I think that'd be cool. Oh god, no. They might be replaced by people in next battle pass, so. Ah! Oh well. So, if you know about the mythic weapons, because if you don't, you're also living under a rock. They are the mythic items that are held by some of the people at the new locations added this season. They're not so new, considering that tomorrow we are getting a new season. But if you think about it, if those locations might stay, they might just be flooded. they could have like all the different people in the battle pass using them. Like they might, instead of it being Sky's mythic AR, it might either be somebody else's mythic AR or somebody else's mythic gun. I think that's interesting that they might either take over, which I've not heard anybody talk about, or they might just change, which some people have. So yeah, now we're going to head over to Midas's room, and I'll show you what I was talking about with the device. Okay guys, we're now loading into Midas's room, and this, as you can see in the background, back there, it shows the, I'm sorry about that noise if you heard that, but you see that the device, which is the device, the same device that he used to push the storm back and turn it into water and everything, it is cracked and severely damaged, so it's not going to be used again most likely. And also back there you can see that the engineers back there, we might be getting a new skin, which I think would be a pretty nice skin. I mean, it's not going to be the most, like, the greatest skin of all time, but it's a nice addition to the battle pass. So I know I said I was going to go the agency, but I think that's going to wrap it up for today's video. It's just a bunch of theories smashed together and whatnot, myth busting if you will. So yeah, see, it gets released, which will probably be later today. I'll see you guys then.